In today's video, we supercharged the Acura TL. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. If you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. So before we get started with the Comptech Supercharger install, I'm going to try to make this as detailed as I can. I want to go over what the car is. 2006 Acura TL, 6-speed manual. It has the Honda Flash Pro. It's on a factory base map, not tweaked or tuned or anything. As it is right now, it makes 252 wheel horsepower. .252 with 225 torque. We did the Magnesium intake manifold from a 2010 Honda Odyssey minivan, and it's basically the same thing as the J37, but way cheaper because it was $39. Got the AEM intake pipe, a true cold air goes all the way down into the bumper, and a aftermarket J pipe. Still have the pre-cats, they're not hollowed out or anything. And we have some resonator deletes and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. With no tune on it whatsoever, it still makes 252, so it's really good. So this Comptech Supercharger right here, I paid $1,500 for in Dallas Fort Worth. The guy was selling it super cheap, so I jumped on it. It's normally a $5,000 kit, and it is a direct bolt-on kit. It's really nice. He gave me the belt and all the stuff to do it. And this piece right here, it's just the intake. It'll go on like that, and it'll suck air from the fender well to get the cool air without going all the way into the bumper. So pretty nice little kit. It's pretty straightforward. Just bolt this where the throttle goes. There's 2 bolts here which go to the cylinder head, and then it brackets to the alternator, and then you put the belt on, and that's pretty much it for the install of that. But I'm going to show you all of that as well. We got a flexible hose here, Gates part number 25484. Don't know if it fits yet. We'll find out. If it doesn't, I will definitely say it does not fit at this point in the video. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and put that on. We will have to relocate the coolant overflow, drain some coolant out so we can take this hose off so it's not leaking all over the floor, and some little things like that. Then we'll remove the EGR valve with these 2 12mm bolts. We'll have access behind here to remove those other 12mm bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. So we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, first real problem we're running into is that hose, as I kind of figured. It's kind of crinkled up there, it's not supposed to be. The rest went in as smooth as it could have. Obviously it's not bolted in yet, but there's a little tiny gap. Once I bolt it in, it'll go away. And then when I put the bolt on this, everything will stabilize how it's supposed to be. Then I can put this piece here on, it goes right here. And then we should be good to go. I just have to figure out the hose situation. So I'm gonna do that and then put the rest together. Okay, so I found a temporary solution for the radiator hose problem. Basically, this is the lower radiator hose. I had an idea. I went ahead and took it off. Noticed that it does have pretty good curvature around it. I'll probably end up heat wrapping it so it don't heat soak into the supercharger because these already get hot enough. But everything fits there perfectly. It's not kinked up in any way that would cause a problem. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and cut it about here, and then I'll be able to actually hook the hose up. I already checked for hood clearance. Hood shuts with no problem. So that'll be the solution. I'll just go pick up another radiator hose tomorrow for the lower section and replace it on the bottom. Simple enough. Then I can hook up the coupler here and all the little things and the belt. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this and see how it fits. Okay, there it is. It goes right up over the top and back down there. So now tomorrow, I'll just get the lower radiator hose. We should be good on that. So I can go ahead and bolt this down to the alternator bracket, and we can get the belt on. Okay, got it all together now. I will put a diagram of how I have the belt ran. I had to figure all this out because it was very scarce information on the Comptech since they went out of business. You can't really find this supercharger anymore unless you get one used, or I don't know, maybe a company's holding out on us or something. But we've got this PowerSteering hose line right here. As you can see, it's a very close. Probably see it better down there. Very close. I had to actually grind it a little bit. It's not leaking or anything, so we're good. I got that off of an Acura at the junkyard, but everything is on. I put fresh supercharger oil in it and added some Best Line racing additive as well because really good stuff, reduces the heat. If you guys want to get some, 20% off code in the description. Put new spark plugs in, which these are the spark plugs I used right here, the BKR8EIX 11s. These are the factory ones right here. You can see they are ZFR 6K. They're a 6 series plug, so you want to go 1 step colder for every 100 horsepower. It's the general rule of thumb. That's why I went with the BKR8EIX. So these are definitely a colder plug, and we have higher compression. Also, quick information that you guys probably want to know if you have a Comptech Supercharger and want to get another idler pulley. It was so hard for me to figure out which one to get because, like I said, there's not a lot of information out there, and Comptech's out of business. So 89017 is the part number. It is a DAYCO, and it works perfect. I just wanted to replace it before we got too far. 180 milliliters is how much this holds of supercharger fluid. So definitely make a note of that. Do not go over 180 milliliters. Comptech actually said that when they were still in business. So good information. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got it all cleaned up inside and out. Got the new plugs in it. I even made this custom supercharged vinyl sticker out of the dry carbon, which my buddy with the Acura TL, who was on the channel a while back, here's a little video clip of his car. You can kind of see it. It's a really nice Acura TL, nice wing and stuff. And I just wanted to use some of the stuff that he had on that one because that was kind of one of my little inspirations to getting a TL. And I've always wanted one, like, forever. I still got to get a little coupler right there on the intake pipe, but everything else is connected. The top hose here is header wrapped, so that way it don't heat soak. It should be pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and start it up, and then we'll take it out for a drive and see how it does. Oh, it sounds really good. Oh man, that supercharger screams. Now, if you didn't hear over the loud screaming of the supercharger, we do actually have an idler pulley that is going out. Not the one I just replaced, but one of the actual ones on the tensioner. So it's just annoying, but the belt stays on perfectly and definitely sounds good. So we're gonna have to get a coupler on that, and then we'll take it out for a spin. We'll data log it to see what kind of boost we're pushing, and we'll probably add some fuel before we go out just because we don't want it to lean out, but sounds pretty good. So here we go. Before we head out, I did want to show you, I do have an overflow tank. I just forgot to put it back in. It does fit here, and it has a little bit of wiggle room, so if the engine moves, which it probably will, it'll have some clearance between that. And yeah, it works pretty good. So we're gonna go out and see what she does. Matt's over here data logging, so here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
Put a smile on my face. I like the way that supercharger sounds.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
Combined with this exhaust, it is awesome.
Yeah, and the way it pulled is hard to explain. It just felt really solid and smooth all the way through. There wasn't no chopping.
I didn't feel any chops, any like bucking. There was no like spots where it was losing power.
Go ahead and tell them what the engine coolant temp's at right now.
Right now it's at 189. It was at 185 when you picked me up.
So the coolant temp's definitely good. That's great because that upper radiator hose is heat wrapped, so obviously it didn't affect the cooling system. These usually run around 204, so the fact that it's not up that high And the intake air temperature sensor, what's that reading?
136.
So 136. That's really good for a supercharged setup as well. I'm sure when we got on it, it went up just a hair, but it's probably dropped back down since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely have to go over the data log once we get back to my house. But so far, it's running fantastic, and I am super happy with this.
I can still hear that that supercharger.
It's crazy.
You're not even getting on it and I can hear it. It's just like, hey, I'm here. Hey.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're heading back to my house now. We'll go over the data log, look it all over, and go over more once we get back. So here we go. Okay, we're gonna go over the data log information now. We've got boost level up here. We've got air fuel ratio, TPS, ignition, engine coolant, and air intake temp. Now I didn't floor it until 20 mile an hour, which is coming up. So I'll see exactly what we have here. It definitely pulled really hard. And the air fuel ratios look pretty dead on where they need to be, or at least close. And 3 psi was pretty much our max. Intake temp did get up to 151, but it came down fairly quick afterwards. Same with coolant, got up to about 201, and it came down pretty quick as well. Super happy with how it's all turning out. This supercharger kit was well designed by Comptech. A lot of people don't like it because it's a smaller supercharger, but I think it does great. I'm happy with it. It's only on 3 pounds, so definite room for improvement. It pulls really hard. Once we get it on the dyno, we'll see exactly what everything is once the whole thing's tuned. Eventually get a 3-inch pulley, a little smaller pulley on there, boost up a little bit more. I already went through, made sure, doing a boost leak test. There's no boost leaks or vacuum leaks, so that's just what it's pushing. This is a really good supercharger. You can find these on OfferUp and Craigslist and stuff like that, but usually they're missing a bunch of stuff, so I got really lucky. Just want to say huge thanks again to Josh for telling me about this. $1,500 I paid for this. Got an awesome deal. And radiator hose being heat wrapped definitely helps. It's not very hot. Same with supercharger, not very hot at all. I'm happy with it. It's doing great. My birthday is April 20th, which is literally like 2 days away. So I'm going to hope to get this back on the dyno by my birthday. It'd be an awesome birthday present. I don't know if that's why Eric's hooking me up or if just because I've been helping him with his YouTube channel. But either way, appreciate you, Eric, for doing that. And Michael is still a good friend and tuner of mine. Just Eric offered to throw this on the dyno and dyno tune it for me. So I said, of course. But yeah, Michael will actually be doing a free tune giveaway coming soon on this channel. Once I hit 20,000 subscribers, there will be more information about that in the community section of YouTube. So just go to my YouTube page, click on the community tab, and wait for an update there because I will be posting it. But yeah, super happy with it. And I'm gonna go in and eat. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.